Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be testing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on an RX 6600 GPU paired with the Ryzen 5 3600 and 16GB of DDR4 3200 MHz RAM. Oh sorry, it's 24GB now. I just had some issues with my PC. One of my RAM sticks, which was 8GB, just stopped working, so I bought a new one and it's actually 16GB. So my total memory now is 24GB on this system. And yeah, let's head right into this game, and this is one of the most intensive areas which I've found yet. And as you can see, the frame rate dropping into the 40s. Most of the game, the frame rate has been staying in like 50s and stuff, but now the frame rate is dropping. So let's go ahead and let's go into the settings here. Let's go to System, Options, and then Graphics. As you can see right here, this game doesn't have much options to adjust, but it has borderless full screen mode, which I'm using here, and 1080p resolution is what I'm using. 120 FPS is the max you could go. VRR I've selected. You have an option to select VSync, but I don't want that. I don't want to limit the frame rate in any way. And we have ultra settings. Everything is towards the maximum. Okay. And I'm using TAAU because this game doesn't have FSR2 or anything like that. I think it has DLSS and no FSR2, which is a bummer for AMD and for Intel users. Alright, so this is one of the most intensive areas in the game. I'm going to be starting counting the frames here, and the game kind of looks texture wise it kind of looks outdated now. In my opinion, it doesn't look that amazing, but the game is still very graphically amazing, like you could say. Let's try to kill these guys first. So he's kind of. Let's kill this one. Okay, so he is staggered now.
That's that.
If you just keep on clicking, everything keeps on working. I don't know if I came from here. Yeah. So let's try to move forward, and now the FPS has increased into the 60s. As you guys saw, that was kind of the most intensive area which I've currently figured out. And still we're dropping into the 50s, but not lower than that. And 70s again. As soon as we get into a combat, sometimes the frame rate drops and our 1%, lows go down. So I want to stay in combat most of the times while testing these graphical options and stuff like that. So yeah, 50s currently, and the game is running nicely. I don't find any issues while playing the game, and it's okay. The game's camera and stuff is kind of designed for controller. Also the menu stuff, menu and things, they don't have options to use mouse even. So yeah, very bad compared to other games coming out these days, in my opinion. At least they could include some mouse controls for menu and stuff. So yeah, that's not good. Let's keep on climbing up here. FPS in the 60s now. I'm gonna also decrease the settings for people who want to use higher settings, or who want to see that what kind of FPS they can get when trying to use any kind of upscaling and stuff like that. So yeah, currently we're getting 55 FPS average. So let's try to go, and I want to show you guys how bad does it look with TAAU when you try to use it in the upscaling. So here's an option to use dynamic resolution scaling maximum and dynamic resolution scaling minimum. Now what I want to do here is I want to do the 66% here for both of them. What this gonna do is decrease our image quality by a lot. As you guys can see, maybe YouTube is not the platform to actually know this, but believe me guys, this looks a lot blurrier than what it was at native resolution. Our FPS is kind of like increased like 20 I think. Most of the times it's in the 86 now, 87. So FPS has improved, but also our image quality has decreased so much that I wouldn't recommend this. Okay, I wouldn't recommend going anything lower than 100%. Okay, let's try to do something else. Okay, let's go here and let's try to increase our maximum to 100%. Okay, so the game can dynamically adjust this. Okay, but still, as you guys can see here, the image quality is still very bad. Wow. Developers not even including FSR2 option is beyond me. Okay, this game is like graphically not that intensive, and I don't know what work went into making this game because it was already on consoles. But this seems like it's a very bad port, if you ask me.
Steady. Hold still.
This guy's dead,
Piece of cake.
and we are getting in the 80s most of the times. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn this off because this doesn't make sense. There's another option which is TAAU, but it looks worse than this, guys. It looks worse than TAA in my opinion. It looks over sharpened on top of TAA. Okay, I mean, if you like over sharpened look, TAAU is okay. And the FPS is kind of the same when you decrease the internal resolution to 66%. Okay, so it's still in the 80s. If you're getting no FPS improvements for your system, you could try to use these settings, but in my opinion, it's not worth it. Okay, to use these. At least at 60 FPS, you are getting a stable performance, close to 60.
This won't take
And yeah. Now I'm gonna just try to decrease the settings here, and let's go to native resolution first, and I'm gonna try to decrease the settings. Let's go to medium settings, guys. All of the settings I'm gonna use are gonna be medium, which can go to medium. Texture resolution, I'm gonna go to medium. The rest of the settings, some of them don't even have an option to use medium. I'm gonna go back to TAA, character displayed, and let's try to go back to 5, just to be at kind of a medium settings. And let's go back. Let's see if we get some frame rate improvements or not. Okay, we get some improvements. I think like 10 FPS more. So if you guys want to get more than 60 FPS most of the times, I think this will do it. Although there are some traversal stutters when playing this game, which I have observed, especially in the at the start of the game. In the city area, there are some stutters which are traversal stutters. For those of you guys who know about Unreal Engine, this game is on Unreal Engine, and that's why we get some traversal stutters sometimes. The game is installed on an SSD, and that doesn't have any issues. Everything's fine. We are using 24 gigabytes of VRAM. So yeah, our system is probably very good for this game, but you know, Unreal Engine has its issues. It is I don't know when Epic's gonna fix this, because this is not very good for many developers who are gonna use Unreal Engine for their games. Look for another way. Okay, we gotta open that door up, I think. So we're getting 70 FPS average right now, which is really nice. And I don't remember if I started counting the frames again, so I'm gonna do it again. We are dropping into the 60s, but I'm not seeing it drop lower than that yet. That's really nice. The graphics, in my opinion, they don't look very good. This game also has mesh shaders, which, as you know, Alan Wake also has mesh shaders, and it required GPUs which were like I think 10 series and above, but this game asks for 20 series and above, I think. So I don't know if the graphics kind of justify it being like minimum requirements being that way. We're dropping. I saw a 60 FPS mark there. Yeah, so we're dropping. Oh, we're dropping into the 50s again. So yeah, if this game had an option for FSR2, I would say that would be a no-brainer. But right now, TAA and TAAU with the low resolution, internal resolution don't look very good. So I think lowering down the settings is the way to go. Alright guys, now I'm gonna go to low settings. Alright, let's see at low settings what kind of if we get any performance improvements or not. Let's go to low settings here. Extra resolution is kind of gonna go crap, but yeah, we're gonna see. Let's go to 0 characters on screen. Okay, this is the lowest we can go, guys, and yeah, the textures kind of look really bad now. Okay, let's start counting the frames again. I think it's stabilized, but I don't see much performance improvements. My VRAM usage has kind of gone down to 7.3 gigabytes, which is okay, but my performance has been the same, I think. Wow. Alright, this is a clicking simulator right now, and I'm just trying to kill this enemy. It doesn't seem like it happened, but our characters are doing some action on the screen. It is gonna start. Even in cutscenes, guys, I don't see it being. The spider type thingy is going up.
Pretty mobile. Can we knock it down?
We gotta hit his legs.
Got him.
What am I looking at here? What are these camera movements, guys? So abrupt. It's getting up again, going to do his shenanigans again, and we are dropping to the 50s at lower settings.
You're practical.
And whenever I'm trying to move my camera, guys, it's going so abruptly that I think it's causing stutters. Let's just use our abilities. Okay, he's dead.
Got ya.
And it's a stutter fest right now. And Sephiroth just saved Cloud.
Take it from here.
Wow. So we are getting VRAM bound now. I just saw it. It's going to 8 gigabytes. That's why we're getting stutters, guys.
Nice
so
work.
even at low settings, we're getting VRAM bound. So I think you got the idea of how this game is gonna perform for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Bye bye.